Right, this is a quick video showing you how to create a ball maze. First thing is we're going to create the base, which we do with a cube that's going to be 2mm in height and 80 by 80 in length and width. Let's make that this size. Then we're going to do the walls. The walls are 10mm tall. You could do them 8mm tall if you worked from the work plane, but we'll just do it from the normal plane for ease. Width is 1.5mm and length is going to be 80, which should match up here, and you can actually do it by hand or use the align tool. Okay, let's check the height on that. 20, so the height needs to be 10 in total. Right, I'm going to copy that and duplicate it. Control D for duplicate. Rotate that 90 degrees. And put that into place. Might use the align tool here to make it a bit easier. Let's click on this. Click on the base because I want it to stay still. Yeah. Now to save time, I'm going to copy both of these. So shift to select both. I'm going to group them together, and then rotate the whole thing. Rotate that grouped object 90 degrees. Okay, just thinking about it. Internet's a bit slow today. Control D for duplicate. Rotate by 180 degrees rather. That is your sides. All done. And I'm going to group that all together. It's just thinking about it. While it's doing that, I'm going to create these side things. Now this is in case you want to put a transparent top, transparent lid on the ball game. They've made these little screw hole things here for you to do that. So it's just a 6x6mm cylinder, and the height from the floor would be 10. And you'll just position that in the corner like that, and do the same thing in each corner. Control D for duplicate. Well, in fact, what I should do before I do that is I'm going to put in the hole, which is a 1.75mm hole. So I'm going to reuse that cylinder. Control D for duplicate. Shift Alt to resize to 1.75 and raise it up in height. At the moment that's going to be poking all the way through the whole thing, so I'm going to move it up 2mm. 1, 2, and then combine that with the cylinder. And then I would copy that across. Control D. And then to save time, I'm going to copy both of those. Control D. Actually, try it that way. And do Control C for copy, Control V for paste actually, because it's trying to be too clever. That's that. These cylinders here are just to make a depression for where the ball is going to start. So looking at my maze, actually it starts from the top here. So my little depression is going to be here. So we will get a put the work plane on here, and I'm using a 7mm ball bearing, so it's going to be 7 by 7 by 7. In fact, it's already done that. you just make it a hole and push it down 1 millimeter. And then when you group that together, that would cut out that slight hole, and then the end of your maze would be down here. Obviously you can put the starting and end position where you want, or you could have a hole in the actual wall of the game if you wanted to literally have it come all the way out. That'll do. Let's see, looks like it's hasn't managed to group everything together yet due to the slow internet, so I might pause this in a moment. Seems to be working now. Okay. So that is how you make the board. If you wanted to put your name in, you would just obviously put the work plane here and get text and insert your name a little bit. To do the walls, what you could have done, what would have been easier actually, was to reuse one of these side walls here, but it's very easy to make it again. It's just a 1.5 width wall, and the height is, well, you can choose. I mean, you could make it 6. It's quicker. It prints quicker if you don't go all the way to the top. But I think as this is on the base, that's going to the floor, we'll make it so like 8 is fine. But if you want to go all the way up, just make it 10. And to add, you basically just can lengthen that, copy and paste it as you wish. So I'm going to go Control D for duplicate, and you could make another one. Use the arrows. Lengthen the walls and just refer to your actual maze design, or just make it up yourself. Another thing to do that's worth doing is before you finish is just test that your ball can fit through. So make a solid 7x7 ball and just line everything up so that it's clear that it will go through any gaps. Then when that's done, you just 3D print it. So as I said, on this one I've got the walls go all the way to the top, which is 10. You could drop that down to 8. Even lower if you had a lid, but I think 8 would be fine. There we go. So that is how you make the ball maze. Just one little tip, just in case you missed the first time. This is how you duplicate the wall. So clicking on the wall, Control D for duplicate, and then if you rotate this within the circle, it will snap to the common degrees. You're only going to be using 90. And you could also use the align tool, which is, I'm going to select both of these, align it. I don't want this one to move, so I'm going to click on this, and it will preview where it will align to, like that. Let's get it nice and exact. And I'll group it together at the end. There you go. Hope that was useful.